about being a mom and the importance of having a life outside of being a mom. Hey there, it's your favorite nurse yogi, Leslie. Hopefully, I don't have lip gloss. I did not check if I have lip gloss on my teeth. We are just hopping into this live and in color. Okay, so yes, I want to talk about having a life outside of being a mom and how it's so important to start that when you are a new mom. If you don't know me already, I am your favorite nurse yogi, Leslie. I am a registered nurse with 12 years of healthcare experience. I'm also a certified yoga instructor with 5 years of teaching experience. This lip gloss, y'all, give me one moment. It's like I have to, yep, I already knew it. Is on. I love this lip gloss. I'll show it to you, but you can put a lot. We're gonna get in, but let me show you this real quick. So this is Edam lip gloss. It is in the shade. It's the Edam Le Chocho lip softening balm in the color Boba Bounce. It's a very this is gonna die on me, my mic. It's a very like brown color, and then you see how it looks on my lips. I like this lip gloss because it lasts all day, but I realize if you reapply it without like wiping it completely off, it does get a little bit weird and ends up on my teeth. So I like do this trick to help get it off. Like I put my finger and anyways, but let's get back to having a life outside of being a mom, because yesterday I shared with you all, well, if you're new here, I post a video every single day for the next 15 days. I'm doing 100 days straight of YouTube. And today we're almost at day 90. And I believe it's like day 87 out of 100 days straight. And yesterday I was just sharing how my son, he broke his wrist. And so that was really stressful. That happened 2 days ago. And then yesterday I'm driving all over God's green earth. At least that's what it felt like because I work from home. So anytime I have to leave the house, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I know, privilege. But anyways, so it was just very frustrating and all of that. And I ended up meeting up with a friend and her friend and had a really nice time last night. And the conversation came up just about how important it is as a mom, because the dynamic was this. Let me give you the low. It was 3 of us that hung out. It was my one of my friends is child free, right? Yep, child free. And then the other girl who's like she's a friend now. It's like from her. Anyways, the other girl that was sitting next to me, she's a mom as well. So it's nice so when I'm talking about having a life outside of being a mom, there's also more to that. And I made a post actually a while back over on TikTok about how as a mom, you need to have friends that are child free. What is the difference? Let's get into that, of being child free versus childless. So child free, I actually have 2 friends that are child free. They don't want children. Like they don't want children. They don't have any desire for children. One of those friends is married with her partner. They both decided they don't want children. And the other friend that I have that's child free, she is not partnered at this time, but she's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Right. And she actually was like, I just like, living my life the way I live it and, spending time with, my friends' children. Like that fills me up where I'm at in life. Whereas people that are childless, they are trying to have a child. They're going through infertility and they just can't get pregnant. So that's childless, right? So, and it's easy for me to remember as of late because free, like I want to be free versus like childless, like you want it, but it's just not happening at this time for you. So that's the difference. So I was like, this conversation, I don't hear enough where new moms specifically, you need to maintain those child-free friends that you have because they help keep you grounded. They help you remember who you were before kids. And it's also nice to be in their home because they just be having nice stuff. Like I go to that friend's house and I'd be like smelling her perfumes and just like even me and the other friend that both our moms were like, you have such an adult apartment. And she's like, what? And I was like, no, I actually get what you're saying, because everything in there is just like where it just stays where it is. There's no mess on the floor. Like those things, which I know as a mom, I'm going to miss like the messes and those things. But it's just fun to be in other people's homes that, because that friend in particular, she's really trying to just make her home a sanctuary, and you can feel that, right? So when I made that post on TikTok, like you should have child-free friends, people were bringing up the conversation about how it's hard to maintain those relationships with your child-free friends because they don't get it, right? And so, so I want to talk about how I do manage that and how I work through that, because it's true. Like those child-free friends, they don't get it. And sometimes I am kind of like, okay, I get it. Like you didn't want kids, but what I do is like, I let them talk because they let me talk and vent, but I make sure that like I vent my troubles with being a mom more so to my mom friends, because they really, really get it. And that's where I think that it's so important to have diversity within your friend group. And we have to think of diversity not just like white, black, biracial, Asian. We got to stop thinking of it based on race and think of it when it comes to just your abilities, when it comes to your political beliefs, when it comes to, do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Like there is diverse ways of thinking that we need to like be in, because you cannot live in an echo chamber. And what I mean by this, how it ties into why it's so important to have a life outside of your children, is if you would live in that echo chamber of just mom, 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 you will lose yourself. Don't get me wrong. I love my mom friends down and they love me. We hold each other down through the hardest things in life, right? And I will continue to hold them down and they will continue to hold me down. But you have to have different perspectives in order to stay grounded as a person, in order to be well-rounded as a person, in order to not be like, oh my gosh, like to play victim. I think that's the biggest thing. Is like you realize when you're around people who think differently than you, who live differently than you, who look differently than you realize like, my life is good, right? And even if your life may not be good in this present moment, hanging around people that are doing better than you, that you aspire to be, that inspire you, will motivate you to want to do better, right? How many times am I going to talk about this dang lip gloss on my lips, y'all? I got to rub it in. You're not supposed to rub your lip gloss in. I'm here still. Y'all know how it goes. Just give me a minute. This video I'm still here. Just bear with me. Please bear with me. So, okay. This is real life. You guys are seeing real life. Okay, hold on. Where is that? I'm doing something on a different screen. So just bear with me. Okay. So yeah, last night was a lot of fun, and I'm just glad that I hung out. And then I was like talking so much last night, and I was like, I had to like not pull back, but I was like, okay, Lesline, I had to like remind myself, listen, because I just was like, I just missed, I missed my friend. I hadn't seen her in person. When did I last see her? Oh my gosh, did I not see her since January? See what I mean? It's just like life for both of us just gets so hectic. And so when I was saying today in my short form piece of content on the importance of having a life outside of your kids, is that it's mandatory. It's not even like something to do extracurricularly. You need to mandatorily put on the calendar to hang out with your non-mom friends. The friends I was hanging out with yesterday, both of them, the child-free person and the person that's a mom, they commit to twice a month. And I think that's amazing. I feel like that's very feasible, and it gives you something to look forward to on a good enough cadence. It's not like weekly, because when things get weekly, it's kind of like, I can't commit to weekly. But that like that every 2 weeks, if you will, or whatever twice a month is, depending on the month, I feel like that's a good sweet spot. So if you are struggling because that's something I know a lot of moms, I'm part of my children's PTO. And like, I was talking with the president, she was like, it's so hard for me to find a life outside of all this. Like, she didn't say it like that, but she was like, I struggle to put myself first. I always put everybody else first before me. And me, I've never had that issue. If anything, I can be seen as selfish. And I really like, who made that word like bad? I don't know, because why is it bad to be selfish? You are your biggest advocate. You know yourself better than anybody else knows you. You cannot expect your partner, even your own mother that birthed you, to know you better than you, right? Like, you are with you every single day, every minute, and every nanosecond. So with that, and I lost my train of thought with that, but you know yourself the best, and you have to learn how to fall in love with yourself too, to want to be able to, because what I feel like is when you become a new mom, you're so engrossed in your children's life. Like, obviously those first few years, you're supposed to be, you're their life source, you're breastfeeding them or what, like you are connected, right? But after like year 5, and that's too, is like, once year 5 ends, it's like mom's like, oh my gosh, like I can finally like move about on my own. And it's like this new sense of freedom that comes about. And so with that new sense of freedom, you need to like make sure you are nurturing those friendships now that you have the time, right? And it's so interesting because I had a friendship breakup. I had 2 friendship breakups right before no, yeah, right before was pregnant with my second child. I believe it was around that time, because I had my kids back to back. So like when my son was 9 months, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. So they're like about 18 months apart. But like during that time of being pregnant for like 2.5 years, I went through 2 friendship breakups, 2. And it was so interesting because one of the friends that I broke up with, she was a new mom just like me. Like, our kids are the same age. They might just be months apart. And, I get sad about it when I bring it up, but honestly, I don't be thinking about it as much anymore. But I know when I talked about having child-free friends, and moms were in the comments were like, but it's so hard, and like those friends don't get it. But sometimes it's like the other end of the stick too, is like, you might break up with a friend that's becoming a mom at the same time as you, and they're going through their own postpartum. And that's what I have to think to myself too, is like, she was going through her own postpartum journey. And it is what it is. We didn't rekindle, and I don't really see the need to right now in life, because if I'm gonna be really real with you all, that friend made me feel small. Like, I didn't feel like I could show up like how I can show up with you all right now. But yeah, we're at 13 minutes. I'm trying, like, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I was like, oh my gosh, it's after the time that I normally post. So this post is gonna be late. But I just really want more moms, because one of the friends I was hanging out with last night, the child-free friend, we have both talked about how there was a friend we used to have, and it's like, she's so engrossed in being a new mom, as she should be, but then it's like you lose yourself, and then those friends that you had before you were a mom, they do feel some type of way, as they should, because you were communicating like regularly. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to communicate, you can't, you're a mom now, but at least, because the friend that I have, that child-free friend, it's just like, she just wants to know that you still care about her as well. Like, you still care about the relationship of you and her, and as adults, we need to be better of like communicating, like, hey, I am really like in the trenches right now of motherhood. Can you come over, and like I can hang out like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, using those words, because I know that's where society has us messed up as new moms. It makes it seem like you have to do this alone, motherhood, and you cannot do motherhood alone. And if you have true friends, no amount of time will like whenever if you have true friends, you can pick up where you left off is what I'm getting at. Because like I told y'all, I don't think I saw that friend since January, and here we are, it's almost May, right? And so it's imperative. Like, friendship is tied to your mental, emotional health. There are like there's studies that prove the importance of having friendship. Like, it is that important. The same way that you have to go to the doctor is the same way that you need to schedule your friendship dates. Like, having those friendship dates, spending time with your friend, making your friend know that you care, and vice versa, right? So if you're in the season, I'll close with this. If you're in the season of new motherhood and you're like, I can't give like that, Leslie. Like, I am giving to my baby, I'm giving to my partner, I can barely give to myself. That's when your friends come in. That's when you tell them, I need you. Even if that friend is not a new mom, that friend or a mom at all is child free, if that is a real friend, they will be, and you need to tell them this, because this is something that that grinds my gears. When you are going through a transition, right? Such as having a new baby, and people are like, congratulations, let me know if you need anything. I don't know. Let me know down below how you feel about this. As somebody who is hyper independent, right? I can be very hyper independent. I'm like, I'll just get it done on my own. I don't like that statement. It triggers me because I don't know what your capacity is. So do you mean, if you're saying, oh, you want to give me money? Or is it like, can you watch the kid? Or can you take the kid to the appointment? Can you come over so I can have some me time? What, or can you bring dinner over this night because my husband is out of town? Like, when you're saying let me know what you need, I need you to be specific. And if somebody does tell me that moving forward, and take this tip, please, as a new mom or as a person in general, if you're going through any kind of life transition, maybe you lost a loved one, maybe you're starting a new career, whatever it is, and somebody says, let me know what you need, right back, thank you so much for letting me know, like, you're here to help. Can you be specific of what that means for you? I just want to make sure, like, I don't overstep. And I feel like when you say that overstep part too, they'll be like, oh, okay, like, if they're like, just if you need anything, it's like, can you be specific? Do you mean like coming over, helping me clean? Like, if they're going to continue to be like anything, because that's so broad. And I know people have, like, people that truly care about you, they have your best interests at heart. But it's like, I know you're going through your own stuff too. So, like, I don't want to put so much on you, because a lot of people, they mean well, but they don't understand boundaries. So they will say, oh yeah, you need me to clean the whole house. Okay, great. You need me to go grocery shopping for you. Okay, great. And they're not going to tell you, like, I need you to make sure you front the money. Like, I can front it, but only for so long. Or, I couldn't clean the whole house. Like, I have a bad knee. Like, I realize that when people are so giving, they have no boundaries. So I think it's really important as a new mom, because that's who I'm talking to right now, is that you be specific. Like, if the person is like, yeah, I got you, anything you need, you say right back, can you be specific? And this closes out with why I created my product, the You Just Had a Baby Self-Care card deck, because in this card deck, I show you, like, remember I told you all, I'm selfish. Like, that's just what I've had people call me, right? And with my selfishness, I created this product of all of the things that I did when I was a new mom. This is what I needed. And, well, I already intuitively kind of knew what I needed, but I put it pen to paper and created this product to help more new moms put themselves first, learn how to delegate, because when you are able to take care of yourself when your baby is young, you are going to be a fantabulous mother. So I'm going to close with that because I feel like this was very rambly. I'm going to try my best to leave resources down below. Most importantly, I'll leave how you can get your own card deck for maybe your daughter, an in-law, like maybe you're not even a new mom. You can still purchase this and gift this to a loved one. I am biased because I created it, but I truly believe that it's such a helpful product because you just pick one card a day, right? This one says gratitude journaling, right? So write one thing you are grateful for outside of your baby just being born. When I tell you, I am so like, we are not going to think about those kids every single second, every single day, because like I said, well, I didn't say this part, but your kids aren't going to be with you all of the time. Like once they are on their own and they're able to be independent, ideally you want them to be very independent and all of that. You don't want them to super depend on you for the rest of your life, right? But you need to learn how to have a life separate from your children. So then once you are an empty nester, you're not like, what the fuck? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, what do I do? Who am I? I don't know. Which I hear that a lot from like my older friends that I have. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye for now.